Whoop. Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video and episode 1 of this marathon prep. And I guess what I'm going to do here is work towards 2 goals. And the first one is going to be provide as much value and knowledge to you guys so that you can PR your next half marathon or full marathon or whatever race you're working towards and maximizing your hybrid training, I guess. So the second goal is for me to document the journey that I'm about to go on, and I'm currently in, should I say, to run the Melbourne Marathon in October of 2025. And the goal for that marathon is to run a sub 3:15. And for some, they might think that that's not great, but for me, that's a really good and ambitious goal given my history, where I've come from and what I've previously been capable of doing. So again, I want to provide as much value. So each episode is going to have tools of knowledge specifically around nutrition, training, fueling, recovery, and hopefully to give you guys so much value that you can actually go out there and PR that next race. So for a bit of context and a bit of backstory on myself, I was never a runner, wouldn't consider myself a runner. I was a bit of a gym bro and I played AFL pretty much my whole upbringing up until a few years ago, when I got a ticket to the Sydney Marathon 4 weeks out from the actual event. And prior to that, the furthest I'd run was City to Surf, which was 14 Ks, and essentially willed myself over the line with my best mate, with no prep, pretty much ignorance, not really respecting the distance, but just going out there and having fun. Finished that one at a 4:27. I then kind of didn't really continue running, was on and off, but still had that itch. I wanted to know what I was capable of. So last year I got into the Melbourne Marathon through a ballot, went into a 16-week prep, didn't do any speed work, didn't really have a goal or anything like that. Got to race day, woke up in the morning of, and just set myself a goal of a 3:30, which was so unrealistic. I've never even run that pace ever. But pretty much ran that for about 35 Ks, almost passed out, but ended up finishing that one at a 3:56. So again, a PR, but not really listening to my body and not really sticking to the plan, which was just to go out there and finish it comfortably. Next up, and this was most recently in Gold Coast, I had the opportunity to build. I put myself through a 20-week marathon block, built towards that. Couldn't have gone any more perfect to undertake the Gold Coast Marathon at the start of July 2025. Unfortunately, that one resulted in a DNF due to internal stomach issues around GI ischemia, which is essentially restricting blood flow to your gut because my central nervous system was in overdrive and all the blood was pumping to my muscles, therefore impacting the ability for me to digest any fuel. So unfortunately DNF that, but again, taking so many learnings, and it's always part of the process, enduring the process and leading towards that goal, but loving the journey as I go. So now I take you on this journey with me to run a sub 3:15 Melbourne Marathon of October 2025. So you can hopefully PR your next race. Look at that. Anyway, wish me luck. See how we go. 50 meters. On pace. Oh, done. Whatever that is.
2Ks, 8:21. Time for a cool down. Should be jogging. I'm feeling pretty gassed, so 2.5K cool down. 4 by 2K repeats around the 4:11, 4:12 mark per kilometre, with a 2-minute rest in between. So in the rain, I'm drenched, good hit out. Now I've got to hit this cool down.
Oh, just got back from that hit out. I took some footage on my phone. I don't know if I put it on because it was absolutely pissing down. So, I'm soaked. I don't have a towel. But I'm glad I actually went out and did it, because I sat in my car for about 10 minutes just watching it piss down, thinking, should I go to the gym and just do it on the treadmill? I don't like running on the treadmill. And then, perfect timing, I saw 2 people on the footpath just over there, smiling, in the rain, running. And I just thought, what's my excuse? I actually don't have one. There are so many people that can't run. Those 2 people actually inspired me to get my ass out of the car and go and get after it. So, thank you to those 2 strangers who will probably never see this video, but you inspired me to hopefully inspire others. So, that was that hit out. I'm going to go home, have some breakfast, get dry, because I think I've got trench foot. Can you hear that? Can you hear that rain? I'm fogging up the car because I've been in here just talking shite for so long. But anyway, signing off. What's going on, guys? So I'm freshened up, back from the run, having some brekkie. I forgot to film it, but essentially I'm having a smoothie, and for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you know that I smash these pretty much after most of my runs, and I'll put the macros on the screen here so you can see. But essentially what we're aiming for after a run is essentially to limit fats, have high protein, high carbs to replenish the glycogen that we've lost, optimize hydration, so there actually is a bit of salt in here too for sodium, sweat replacement, and making sure we're kickstarting that recovery process. So high carb, low fat, low fiber, high protein, secret sauce for success. So I don't dirty the new couch, but essentially what I'm going to do is, she's probably just going to sit here because she's nice and comfy, but that's sweet. She's having fun.
Oh, you don't want my help?
Help with what? See? Perfect. So essentially what I'll do is I'll just go through the plan, or I guess the overview and the outline as to what I'm going to be working towards or aiming to work towards each week, and I'll put it on the screen here. But essentially each week, and to give you a bit of perspective, I'm currently running around 70 kilometers, 75 kilometers a week. So with that, I'm going to build up to mid-90s during my peak. So to make sure that I'm recovering well and getting the most out of my performance, the way I'm going to structure this one and break it down is essentially on Mondays will be a no run day. It's going to be pretty much active recovery at the gym. So I'll do about 40 to 45 minutes of cross training on the bike, just to kick the legs over in zone 2, so purely aerobic. Tuesday will be an easy run plus a strength session. Wednesday will be my first quality session, and this will rotate each week between intervals and threshold style work. And Thursday will be another easy run with a strength session in the afternoon. Friday will be easy run again, or potentially, depending on if I have race pace segments on my long run on the Sunday, it's going to be a second quality session. And if I'm feeling quite fresh and I want to tick the legs over, it'll probably just be an easy run with strides as well. Saturday will either be a complete rest day, depending on how I'm feeling, or it will be an upper body core focused session at the gym with potentially some zone 2 cross training work on the bike. And Sunday will be that key session, that long run, which I'm going to put a lot of emphasis on in terms of practicing my fueling during this one, making sure I'm nailing each session for what the intended purpose is. So making sure that I'm hitting those race pace segments, and even on the longer runs without race pace segments, I'm still going to be practicing my fueling. It will probably be a little bit less, and we'll go through that in later videos as to how I structure the fueling around that as well. So that would be pretty cool. But essentially making sure I'm spending some time on feet and recovering after that. So that's a bit of an outline, and that's the aim. And hopefully it can provide some value to you along the way, and hopefully you enjoy this journey. And I'll see you on episode 2, because we got a saucy one. Going to be hitting a nice interval workout. So catch you then.